Just gonna see how long if I sit in silence, what would happen.
I should have known.
Oh, well, welcome to As It Is Below, a Brindlewood Bay actual play campaign from Looking for Mom ttrpg. Our special shout out this episode is to Whittle Gifts. We love a Whittle gift. Just a little tiny little thing you give to someone else and it's a gift. And it's so good. We love a little gift. Yeah, pals, we're here. Tonight we are technically returning to the very, very start of our Void mystery. We had the tail end of last session, Dead as a Dodo. This is our final mystery of our Brindlewood Bay campaign to see if our mavens can uncover the ultimate plot of the Midwives of the Fragrant Void and stop it in time. Last session, our mavens wrapped up to make a monster, a cheese-themed romp through party preparations and lactose festivities before fully deciding on the culprit. Again, To Make a Monster, written by me. You can find it on itch.io below. You can yes, last session, you all wanted to make sure you were being as thorough as possible in your investigation. And so after a little rendezvous at a drag event, you headed back to the festival grounds. And you thought, where's one place where we've always been safe? The middle of the woods. Let's go into the woods where nothing bad has literally ever happened to any one of us at any point in time. And to the woods you went. It was a really sound idea. Where you guys, in the woods, things got weird. The feeling of being watched crept up on all of you, and that feeling manifested into a young, pre-pubescent Carolyn Greenleaf running up and giving you an invitation to a birthday party. Not really seeming like she could converse or speak with you all. Soon after, she ran off, and Taya ran after her, and that almost became fatal as forces beyond your control sought to strike you down in a moment of being alone. And while they knocked you down, thanks to some crown usage, you stayed alive enough, Taya, for your friends to help get you to the hospital. All the while leaving all of the things that watch and wander in this neck of the woods to reconvene and make their next plan after your exit. We caught up with you all at the hospital in the midst of some recovery. We had a little bit of a time skip because, of course, getting checked out in the ER and then getting put up to a room and getting things patched up and whatnot, it takes a bit of time. There's a lot of stuff going on in hospitals, including crimes. Crimes might be happening. You all having finally a moment alone with one another, with just a nurse poking their head in and out every once in a while. You began to theorize what could have happened to Roderick Remedo, the lead singer of Permanent Damage, this band that was supposed to headline Cheddar and Jive, a festival who now probably will never outlive its own traumas and bad press and recover. In your theories, you've decided that Roderick, of course, was killed by someone very close to him, his former bandmate, Damien, over a theory that involved maybe threatening to leave the band, a life of crime, something about stock options, and sneaky cheese, and the windswept feeling of young love. And that young love being the missing Miss Berleave-It from 2 years prior, sought to get her revenge on Damien for his actions against Roderick. And Damien only being a couple rooms down, having just narrowly survived a stabbing attempt in an earlier episode. As soon as you guys figured out your theory, what should be happening but that very same annoying nurse you saw earlier quickly wheeling Damien out of his room towards the elevator bay while he was barely conscious. Good thing Carolyn and you all showed up to save the day. With Tameka Munster fully behind you, the rest of you guys sort of reconvene in that hospital room where Carolyn came down to visit once more. And again, you all tried to understand what was this life Carolyn had. She remembered handing you the invitation, child version of her. But she's been through so much, her recollection is hazy and in equal parts hard to understand and terrifyingly clear. From there, we sort of faded away from your group, and we caught up with one Miss Corinne Waitley, who walks out of a pond outside Bonfire Cliff, the very first pond we saw you all at in our opening scenes, to check in on some old friends of hers, this field of mall mannequins that she has dressed up and made sure we're ready for events that are yet to transpire. There is some tension between Corinne and a couple of other midwives, Madison Hapsbury and Hudson Finch, as they all prepare for Mariah's big shindig, the party. It's been a few days since we saw you all in the hospital room. Taya, you've been discharged, and though there is some daily cleaning and reapplication of bandages from this bullet grazing wound bite, it's unclear really what reached out to you from beyond to try to stop you and end you. But it did hurt, that we know. And in a few days' time, maybe closer than we think, is the official celebration for the restoration of the Brindlewood Bay Fen Act. This sort of, this event, this party, this soiree, this fundraising, pride and joy of Brindlewood Bay, as Mariah Prescott and the Coalition for Brighter Brindlewood Bay, the Society of the Kindly Ones, the Commerce Center, all sorts of different avenues and groups in Brindlewood Bay have come together to make sure that the Bay focuses on revitalizing its history and its natural beauty. What with the Ocean View Grocery now gone in quite an explosive manner, that land belonging to Mariah Prescott so generously donated back to the Fen for this restoration project. And the town is abuzz with just how things seem to be turning around for sleepy old Brindlewood Bay. A new lease on life coming just as the flowers start to bud in the trees above. Marina, let's start with you.
Okay.
You had a dream last night, didn't you? Yeah, let's talk about it together. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Marina, what made it hard to fall asleep last night?
I think she's been probably spending the night at Taya's recently, or having Taya spend the night at hers. And I think for some reason or other, she had to spend the night alone in for the first time in quite a little while. Maybe she just had to go check in on her house, and it got too late, like cleaning up and all that. And just was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah. Especially, it's been storming a lot. It's spring. It's dangerous to get out, and someone injured maybe shouldn't be driving around on a motorcycle late at night, or anything like that. So you made a smart and safe decision to stay home.
Yeah.
But being alone is tough, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What sorts of thoughts are racing as you are trying to exhaust yourself enough to get some sleep?
I think just the image of Taya on the forest floor, and for twice, and just every time that a friend has been hurt or a loved one has been hurt, especially if it had anything to like do with her, for like the Dodo, whenever Taya got hurt from the coins, and just all times that it's been like her fault, or she's felt like it has.
Fault is a funny thing. It'll climb on to whoever's willing to hoist it, for sure. And it's this wrestling with guilt that maybe shouldn't be yours that finally carries you into some semblance of slumber. We go back to the woods. It's night. It's cold. Like the first frost is just starting to occur. Ground is harder than it should be. The trees should have leaves this time of year, but they've all started to drop. When you step, don't hear any crunching of the leaves, as if, like before, like in the real world, sound is being suctioned or siphoned away, leaving a void. You find yourself standing over the same place where Taya had been when she collapsed. You can see the blood that had been left. You can see the root that had snaggled her step, as if it had just happened. What are you feeling?
She's kind of just breathing a little bit heavy, but trying to ground herself in the moment and think like it already happened and now she's okay. And I'm putting like cream on her injury every day and she's getting better, and just trying to like talk herself down.
Are you saying those things out loud?
Yeah, I think she's kind of mumbling, like reassuring things like she's okay, I'm taking care of her, she's gonna be okay. Yeah.
Who's gonna be okay? You hear Ryan's voice. You don't see him.
I think, like myself, she is just dumbstruck. And like breath, like just catches. Knees go wobbly, but she's still like standing. And just like clutch. Like shaky breaths. But that's the answer. Is just struck.
Hey, come on, I thought we said no secrets.
Just like turn around to try to find the voice. Come out where I can see you.
I wish I could. It doesn't always work like that.
What? You've never shown up, and now it's just your voice, and I can't see you.
It seems that way. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. That's good.
You. And you?
I'm okay.
That's good. And the person you're talking about?
That's Taya.
Ah. Are they okay?
She's okay. We're okay.
That's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's like,
Well,
tears are coming a little bit, but just like smiling and so many conflicting feelings.
of course it's good.
Yeah. Like voice starts just okay.
Marina, anything you have your hand in is going to be good.
You know I loved you every second, right? Every second.
I know. I felt it.
And I was happy. I was happy just as we were. And now
You
I'm
can be happy now too. It's okay.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. We're okay.
We're okay.
We're okay. And you feel the first bit of warmth in these woods that you've had this entire walk as a wind comes through and you hear the leaves rustle for the first time and the bits of Taya's blood seem to fade at your feet and spring comes and we continue your walk.
I just can't stop. She's just keep watching, looking, walking, looking around, and just can't wipe a grin off her face. Has like a little bit of a spring to her step. She's just enjoying her walk.
Now I as a GM,
Yeah.
that's so lovely.
As I said it, I'm like, ruin me now.
Spring in your step, walking. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You turn a corner on this trodden path, and suddenly you're at the pond and the fen. And there's Taya.
Lights up even more. So happy.
Her back's to you.
She just starts walking like, oh, now I'm gonna catch up with Taya. I get like Brian in my dream telling me it's all gonna be okay. Now I get to see Taya, and just very, very happy.
Yeah. Taya senses your arrival, and with their back to you, sort of holds out a hand to you.
Takes it. Doesn't think twice to take it. This is just a great
Doesn't think
dream.
twice. Just the first non-horrific dream you've had in quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that Taya gives your hand a little squeeze.
Go squeeze back.
Now, do you ever walk in front of them? Or do you stay to the back and to the side?
I don't think she would go in front of her. But would like stay like in like walking hand in hand, like next to each other.
Yeah, I don't think this Taya is walking. They're sort of standing there at the edge of the pond.
Oh, then yeah, she would for sure get in front of her.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of space left, and you sort of, Taya hasn't said anything. Though she squeezed your hand, and that's kind of like a nonverbal hello. Maybe she's really lost in thought.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of get in front and peek around, staring at the pond. unblinking.
I think she'll just kind of like grab like the other side of her face and be like, "Hey, what? I'm lost in thought."
When you do, if your hand moves, you start to, this substance on here sloughs as well, and you start to see the runes underneath.
Stumbles back and like looks at her hand.
Squeezed, your other hand is squeezed and held there. You cannot get back far enough.
Tries to yank her hand off.
And Antiteia shoves you into the pond. The water immediately coalescing over the top of you as that pressure on your hand is let go by this version of Taya. You can still see where you messed up her face to show the runes underneath. And as you are pulled under by something, the rest of that face sloughs off, only revealing runes glowing brightly, the same ones you saw on those hands back with the jester. Again, something seems to be toying with you, but you are sinking deeper and deeper as sea shanties are lightly, dissonantly sung around you, just as they did all the way back before.
Yes.
And we cut to you waking up in your home alone.
Makes herself like a little ball.
The window is open. A warm breeze washes over you.
Is it daytime?
Do you want it to be?
I was imagining her waking up in the middle of the night.
Well, then it's the middle of the night.
And I think she's just gonna be there in a little ball, look at the time, and I'm imagining now, like as her phone lights up, it's a picture of like just the mavens and like some with their cheese hats or something.
It would be remiss to say it didn't also, that light sort of dance across the room, casting light and shadow on maybe an old picture of you and Ryan.
Yeah. She'll look over, just take like a big sigh and just smile, like knowing that he's okay and that things are okay, but also feeling a little bit like somber about the fact that now they're gonna have to deal with like anti-Taya, and that a storm is certainly a brewing.
Certainly so, with this wind that had just warmly been dancing upon the sheets now picks up in a whirl, and that photo of you and Ryan is actually blown over and smacks whatever table it is on quite forcefully. And I think on that scene of you seeing that occur, we will move forward in time.
Oh.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Taya, let's check in on you real quick, my friend.
Yes.
It's early morning. Dawn is just starting to break. Why are you awake so early?
Ooh. I think all of Taya's injuries are starting to like sort of catch up to her. She's feeling incredibly sore. And she's been getting up, like having very like fitful sleeps lately, and probably like that neck sore has been, or neck wound has been really keeping her up. So she's up and awake.
Up and awake. You have some sort of maybe tea that you're drinking right now?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. And where are you drinking it?
I think out in the garden. She's just like taking a small stroll.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds lovely. Sounds so sweet. Birds chirping overhead, spring coming to Brindlewood Bay. You know, in just a few short months, it's going to be croon again, and it will have been a year. Not quite yet, though. As you stroll throughout your garden, thinking about what still needs to be planted versus what should have gone on the ground yesterday. You look at the stuff that you actually got in the ground recently.
Mm-hmm.
There are footprints in your garden.
Huh. I'll follow where they go, or where they came from.
They came, I'm not quite sure where they come from, but as you follow them, they walk through your garden, out your side gate, around to each window around your house. And at each window, there is a pause where both feet turn inward.
Ooh, don't like that. Okay. Do they end at any point?
Your front door.
Huh. Okay. Weird. Can I check if my front door is locked?
You tell me. It's locked or unlocked, whatever you'd like.
I think Taya's been a little paranoid lately, so she's been locking it.
Sure. Where do you keep your spare key?
Ooh. Probably under a stone statue of a bird that Violet probably gifted to Taya. Yeah, Ghost Raven.
The bird's missing.
I send
So
out
is your key.
I send out a blast text to Violet and Marina, like, emergency. My spare key is missing? Question mark.
Sure. You guys will get those texts and we'll follow up at book club about it. Maybe what that conversation was like. But yeah, Taya, your little oasis isn't so under lock and key anymore. Though, was it ever? We'll check in with you in a moment as we get you all to book club, but I would be remiss if we didn't take a little pit stop wherever Violet is.
Part of me wants to say the Brindlewood Bay Fen. I mean, that is like the nearest like wildland area, so I think that might
It's preserved.
be, yeah. I think she probably deliberately avoids the bench just because she's like, okay, I like that Amelia told her about, because she's just like, oh, Gavin doesn't need to be involved in that right now. It's fine. Because I think she maybe is probably not communicating everything that's going on right now. It's fine.
Sure. So you guys are everywhere but the bench.
Yeah. Finding a nice quiet dirt trail, so footsteps don't make that much sound. You don't want to scare any birds around here.
Nearly nothing that makes that much sound out here these days. The precipice of spring and change sort of sopping it all up in one big inhale. You all are out here taking your quiet steps, not really conversing because who knows what could be on the next branch around the bend. See, some of the crows that you've seen before. Then another one, and then another one, and then two, and then three. And they all watch you and Gavin. Even when you pass them, they turn their heads and continue to watch you. You wanted to go bird watching.
I think I'm doing it wrong.
The birds are watching.
Yeah. I think she leans over to Gavin and and tries like very, very quietly, although they're older. Actually, I think they've invested in good hearing aids for the woods so they can still be quiet. That's worth investing money in. Um and I think she's like, wait, is that is that Edgar Allan Crow over there?
Looks like it.
Yeah, right? And then
Yeah.
is that William DeCrow?
Yeah, with the beak.
Yeah. I know. Oh gosh, on that low branch over there with like the weird wing, is that Jude Caw?
Did they follow us out here?
I mean, they never have before, but I guess there's a first time for everything.
As you say, there's a first time for everything. There indeed is. As a... It's so thematic because I was going to say loud sound. Rockets through the woods. And William DeCrow, Jude Caw, Edgar Allan Crow, and all of the rest of the brood on the murder here take flight immediately, letting their displeasure be known in all manner of discordant sound as they leave the scene, leaving you and Gavin and whatever made this sound here in the woods alone.
What was that?
Sounded like a dog to me.
Yeah, but me too, but like you're not allowed to have off-leash dogs here. Like
I don't know. But all the birds left. That's probably the end of our trip. You want to go get breakfast?
yeah, that's a good idea.
Great. I've been wanting to go to Jay's for a bit.
Yes. Should I text Taya and Marina, see what they're doing?
I know you got book club later. Maybe Jay's could just be,
Okay.
I don't know, just us.
Okay.
Missed ya.
Yeah. You sure you don't want to bring Murray too?
I'm sure. Besides, I don't believe they'd allow Murray in there. They might try to fry him up.
No, they wouldn't do that. And Violet pulls
You
out her
don't
phone.
think Jay would fry up that bird if he got a chance?
Oh, come on. Murray's too sweet. Nobody would do that to Murray.
You're living in delusion.
Hmm?
I think we'll leave the two of you there. All right. To book club we go. Let's follow up with all of you later on this day. Just wrapping up. I don't know. Did you guys even talk about a book at this point? What's going on here in your club room?
Ooh, what book could we be reading?
Ooh, yeah. Obviously got to be a Gold Crown mystery.
Could do
Uh,
Crown Mystery.
thinking of the Something Void.
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh. Vacant Void?
the Ghost Void.
Ghost Void?
The Voracious Void?
Voracious?
Ooh,
The
yeah.
first word I thought was Velociraptor, and
Okay.
Yeah, the Void Velociraptor.
The Void Velociraptor. Wait, new nickname for Sid. Just dropped. You heard it here first.
Void Velociraptor.
Yes.
Well,
the Gold Crown mysteries of the voracious Void Velociraptor.
correct.
It was a
Iconic.
late addition to the series. They were trying to think
Yeah.
of what letters they hadn't used yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. But it was hard to focus on this book, I would imagine, with everything going on. So you're all together. Marina, do you give voicemails to your cell phone?
Yes.
Cool. One rolls in, though you didn't get any notification of ever being called. Maybe your phone was on silent.
And she'll kind of maybe the other two or whoever else is in the book club are like still chatting about chapter 1 since we didn't really get through much of it. So and Marina will kind of like go towards like a corner so that she can listen to it away from the chatter.
Yeah, gotta think about who else is here. I think obviously Madison Hapsbury noticeably absent, and therefore also Hannah Turley. Who else have you invited to book club?
Ooh. We've invited a few people to book club. Who's come?
Yeah, I forgot.
I think Stripes is here because he just needs a place to be, I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
Vibes.
Let me look at my little list.
Carolyn's in the hospital.
I was thinking the same thing.
She wouldn't come to your book club though.
She would
She'd be
not.
running her little like
Yeah.
we
Ooh,
can't sit anymore group
we
afterwards.
invited Brianna Cracker, I think.
Okay, did we? Because, yeah.
Yeah, Chudger is here for sure.
Chudger.
Chudger.
Yeah.
And I think Amelia is here.
Oh,
Yes. Beautiful. What a group.
What a group. The voicemail. You step to the side. Unknown number. Bit of tension. You're wondering if it's going to be Hudson again. It's not. But it is a voice you know.
Oh.
So he goes, hey, yeah, I was wondering if when you get this, you just, know I love you. And it becomes a little bit clearer as they get closer to the receiver here, and especially as they say that they love you. This is Taya's voice. And it continues. I was just wondering, I know that, okay, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I'm going to a party later. I was maybe hoping that you would be my date. Or my best suit. And if you accept, I left a little, just a gift in your mailbox. You can bring it with you. We'll take a nice picture for Violet. See you soon.
Jaw drops and she's like holding the phone and then will immediately like look over at Taya and just like stare at her until she'll look over.
Taya's like talking to Violet, like, yeah, and it kind of lost me when the Velociraptor came in. I thought it was going to be some sort of like, I don't know, animatronic, but no, it's a real Velociraptor. And I like,
Yeah, which kind of felt like a ripoff
Just like,
of like Jurassic Park, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Marina, you okay?
kind of like walk over to both of them, but kind of in a way of like meet me in the middle of so that the rest of the people don't hear.
Yeah, Taya like rushes over.
Amelia is holding Stripes hostage. Like this book, I think it would have been better if they had just swapped out Velociraptors for like a Venezuelan newt. First, the alliteration, check. Second, much scarier the Venezuelan newt. It can poison you, especially if their tail breaks off. And Stripes is just, oh, okay. And that's the gamut of that conversation. Chedgar is texting on their phone.
Lovely.
Nice. Perfect.
Okay, so I just received an email from Creepy You.
What?
It was your voice, but I it was you inviting me to a party?
No. That Anti-Taya, maybe?
That's what I mean that's what I'm thinking. And they said that they left something in my mailbox. Do a very good impression of you, but after seeing them in my dream last night, they pushed me into a river. And I still I have that whole thing reeling in my head a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've been trying to.
I mean, I was thinking of going after her sometime today after book club. Yeah, I hate that. But do you want to see what she has in your mailbox?
I mean, maybe it'll help us find where she is, or give us some kind of insight to something to help us figure it out.
Ugh. But I like sound hotter, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
No, she sounded like a little nervous to ask me out on a date.
Oh yeah.
So off brand. That's how I knew.
Obviously. You'd be my date already.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have to ask me.
Yeah. I mean, I would still get you something nice, you know.
Yeah, you have a totally different style of that situation. Now, this is so off brand. The
Good.
voice was good, but everything else, the vibe, completely off.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
And now I have to kill her. Let's go.
Yeah. We gestures just have to kill her.
Kill who? Amelia whips her head around.
That velociraptor from the void.
Yeah. Whoever
It should have been a newt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there a newt that starts with a V that would have
So the Venezuelan newt,
Oh,
and
okay,
she
okay.
launches in, keeps you for an extra 15 minutes to talk about the Venezuelan newt.
Yeah.
Violet keeps trying to argue with her that Venezuelan newt, voracious void Venezuelan newt doesn't have as like doesn't work as well as voracious void velociraptor. So yeah.
Not me on the amphibians of Venezuela Wikipedia article right now, but it's all of the like scientific names. Yeah, the Venezuelan, she keeps you there for like an extra 15 minutes before finally Chedger. I heard book club is done, right? Because I've got stuff to do. Are we?
Yeah, we're all wrapped up. Yeah, we're
Great. Coat's already on, was like heading towards the door. Excuse me. Yeah. Of course, it was fun. I love words. And then they leave.
You know, I don't think they liked that book.
It wasn't the best.
Yeah. We need to pick a good one because we need Chidger to stick around.
Yeah, Robin Masterson has done better. I think there's a Raven one that maybe would be better.
I think the whole time, sorry, just to add a little bit, just because Taya's worried about Marina, and I think she would have like after that conversation till the end of book club been like holding Marina the whole time and like maybe rubbing circles on her back. Just making sure that she knows that she's there. Yeah.
We'll occasionally like give her like a little on the cheek and just, like, no runes, we're good.
Yeah. She's like rubbing.
Yeah. Like shining her face.
Wait, do we have like a little flashback of Marina at the store buying like every single face scrub that they have? Like, here, Taya.
Yeah, you got gifted suddenly a lot of cleansers. Marina's really worried about your pores.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Where are we going, group? And are you all going? You guys left yourselves quite a to-do list to get done.
Yeah.
Um,
I think maybe mailbox? How are we feeling?
oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All traveling to Marina's mailbox.
Yeah.
You guys go
Like-
to Marina's mailbox. Marina, what does your mailbox look like?
Ooh.
Cute.
I think she has, just because this is the dream, a little free library and that also has like a little mailbox part. And yeah, just slide it.
Yeah. You slide it open. And what do you get? Well, first, we're in a different spot. We're in a different location. So before I tell you what's in this mailbox here, I do need to ask you guys our paint the scene question. We have one question for the entire game. Every time we go to a location, you'll be answering the same question. In what ways has this place been affected by the midwives of the Fragrant Void?
Ooh.
This place being Marina's front yard right now.
Is this an everyone or a Marina? Because it's her house.
It's everyone. It's a
Okay.
paint the scene. You all get to answer.
I think every single book has been replaced with pamphlets.
Ooh.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Are they all invitations to the party?
I don't know. It could be all out on your lawn.
First thought for me is like the slot where your mail goes is all like kind of janked up, like as if somebody was trying to fish something in there. Or like, you know, when someone's like trying to jam a key into like a keyhole. That's what I'm kind of imagining.
Let me think. The first thing that I thought of was just that, like the surrounding, like if there's any like bushes or even the grass for the season is very dry. Like, and it seems to be only Marina's house. Like she'll look at her direct next door neighbors, you know, bright green, and their flowers are blooming, but hers feel a little dingy.
Not only dingy, Marina, every single flower that was here before you left to go to book club has been cut off.
Oh. I imagine Taya got them for her because Marina can't keep plants alive. But
yeah, Taya's just like constantly planting new flowers in the yard.
Yeah, and Marina's probably delusional, thinks that she's doing such a good job. She's like, my plants. I'm just
Well, not so
of it.
not so much of a good job anymore. They're all gone.
Violet would like ask Marina out to lunch so Taya could replace the ones that died.
Yeah. Perfect.
Love it.
With all of those beautiful flower heads beginning to bloom, having been snipped in their prime, you come to your mailbox to see what a hopeful date has left for you to bring if you accept their invitation to be their +1.
Okay.
Open this mailbox. Why, it's a picture frame. It's a picture frame from inside your house. You pull it out. It's the picture of you and Ryan. But Ryan has been cut out. And a picture of Taya in a suit has been pasted in with some like oozy black goo, acting as glue.
Just kind of holds it. This was a picture of me and Ryan. Is this an actual picture of you?
I don't remember putting on that suit.
It looks like a suit you'd own.
Is
Maybe at some point it was a suit you did own. You'd have to go check your closet to see if it's still there.
What?
Yeah.
Were we supposed to do anything with this?
And kind of like flips it over, checks if there's anything, like any kind of instruction.
You want to roll a meddling move here?
Oh, yes.
Let's get some clues going here in the Void Mystery. 2d6 plus your reason.
Okay.
Oh.
Angeline?
good?
That is a 10, and do I have my thing open? Plus reason. Oh, 0. So a 10.
I would just say you're very sensitive now. I don't think you have any reason left.
For reason.
Wow.
A 10. A 10 on the meddling move is a success as you turn this thing back around. Oh yes, you do find something in it. I just have to decide what you find.
Go Marina.
Ooh.
Hey, do you want to roll me a d10?
Ooh.
And if you roll an 8, roll again.
Okay.
We're going off book.
That's a 3.
Okay. Here on the back of how are you looking at this frame? Tell me how you're investigating it.
I think she's just like turning it over, seeing if there's like anything like in the packaging, or if it was like any pieces of paper, and then we'll open the frame itself to see if there's anything like written on the back or like shoved inside.
Yes. There sure is something shoved inside. It almost made the frame, like backing, not even stay there. This bundle of playing cards. Each card contains not a regular suit or a face value, but instead beautiful decadent back, flipped over, a carrion bird such as a vulture, devouring people. Only their knees and feet hanging out of those beaks.
Oh my.
This is a clue.
We'll kind of like show the card to the others.
Taya like flinches a little bit at the sight of the vulture.
Full. Sees if she can recognize any of the feet.
Yeah, whose dogs are those?
Yeah.
Do you really want to know the answer to that question?
No.
Okay. Let that be a little mystery for now then. All right. Well, you've got your photo. You know that if you bring it to your date, you get experience. That's your move.
Okay. Oh, we get experience.
Oh, you got to bring it to them. That's the request.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay. Well.
I mean, did she say you should meet her anywhere?
She said that she wanted me to be her date to the party. Let me play it for you guys actually, and then I'll just take out her phone and play it for them. And here's like the note.
You hear the GM panic at having to play another character real quick. Yeah, you guys hear exactly as it plays. This other Taya almost nervously asking Marina to be their date to the party, and that they left her a gift they can bring to the date
you're my date.
I know, and she has to know that.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill her. Let's go.
Should we? But I mean, what clues do we have now as to where she is? I mean, is this a recent picture of you? And then just kind of like look closer to see if like.
Yeah, Taya gets in like the same pose.
When was the last time you wore this suit?
I don't even know if I still have that suit. Maybe years ago now.
You can always go check if you still have that suit.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go check.
Yeah, and maybe they left something in like the pocket. Maybe that's the next. Maybe it's like a little scavenger hunt, a horrible little scavenger hunt.
Yeah. Oh wait, and you had messaged us, texted us about your key being gone, right?
Yeah, my key was gone. The bird was
Yeah.
gone. I
The
really
bird was gone too?
Yeah, I know.
Unnecessary.
There are bird crimes happening?
Yeah.
Like, okay, to steal the key to your house is one thing, but to take the bird with it? That was a gift.
I know. Exactly.
Criminal.
Yeah. Okay, well, okay, one, I don't think you should stay at your house alone tonight, which I'm sure is going to be an awful hardship. But two, yeah, maybe we go. Maybe
I mean, if I have to.
it's okay. You can stay at my house. I know you don't have anywhere else to go, and Murray's been lonely.
Yeah, but you know, Marina's rocks are lonely too.
Hold on.
They're
Pulls
so
out her phone and goes to the app for the Murray cam. What's Murray saying right now?
I'm so lonely.
Let's
I'm all on my own.
Okay, well, both
and then
of
you
you are
hear
coming to
Gavin
me.
singing in the background. Because the radio is on and Mr. Lonely is playing, but I can't sing any more of it due to copyright law.
He's oh, little baby.
As
Yeah,
she's hearing just Murray is about to sprint over to Violet's and then hears that it's Gavin too and playing on there. It's like, oh, okay.
Violet goes to like the mic function and goes like, "Give me a treat," and then turns off.
My friends, this has been so lovely, but you are on a ticking time clock.
Okay, we're
figuring
running
this stuff
Taya's
out.
house. Yeah, we're going to my house.
Yeah.
All right. We cut Taya's house. Bird missing where your key used to be. Taya, as you enter your house, how has this place been affected by the midwives of the fragrant void?
Ooh. I think Taya's pretty messy as a person. So all of her stuff is normally everywhere, but I think maybe they've like messed with a lot of it and shoved it all into like little piles or something.
Even worse, maybe they put it away.
Oh, yeah. Taya's like, I don't know where anything is anymore.
What else? What do you guys think?
I think maybe in like wooden parts of her house or like in any like cutting board or something is like the faint etching of like similar runes.
Oh, so good.
Or even like a little K for king and like little playing card things.
This is dumb, but I think there's a mug with Taya's name on it that is not Taya's.
Ooh.
I've never seen it
Yes.
before.
Whoa.
That's excellent.
I hate it.
I hate it.
It's so creepy.
Taya, I think in the center of your living room, a crude circle has been erected in some sort of viscous dark liquid.
Oh.
Ew. Gross. I'm gonna just make a quick beeline to my closet. I'm gonna go straight past it because it's anti-Taya and she's tired of this.
Sure, you're heading to the closet. Great place for you to go. Marina and Violet, what are you guys doing in Taya's home?
I think Marina's like examining this circle.
Sure. Love that. Violet, what about you?
Um, I think Violet is really freaked out with everything going on. So I think she's going to, as Taya gets farther away, like try to stay between them, which probably ineffectively probably takes her out of sight of both of them.
Hey, but I know you're sitting on a phone number that
Ooh,
Ooh.
you can keep eyes one way or another while you're chatting with someone, if you'd like.
that's true. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Wonderful. Let's start with Marina, and we'll go Marina, Violet, Taya.
Okay.
Marina, you're looking at this dark, goopy circle right in the middle of Taya's living room.
Yeah.
Not that far from where you guys had all sort of sat on the floor a couple sessions prior.
Mm. I think she'll kind of like get down and see if it's like the same kind of substance that they've seen before. And even that's like etched into like gluing the picture together. Kind of seem
Sure
like
is.
gather from it.
You can tell by the smell alone. It's foul.
She touches it.
Incredible. We're gonna do a meddling move with sensitivity
Okay.
here as you interface with this. And depending on what you roll, there might be a secondary roll.
Okay. Sensitivity.
Can you use your medical bag to poke it?
I could get like a little, like a Q-tip and like swab it or like some kind of swab and then touch it from the swab.
Or use the bloody gloves you have.
This is true.
I would say that if you can absolutely use something from your cozy little place here. And I would probably change the stat from sensitivity to reason if you are not directly interfacing with it. But if you have this intermediary, you can get advantage, but I'm going to change the stat on you. So it's your choice.
I'm gonna keep sensitivity and I'm gonna touch it bare hand.
Bare hand in the goop. Not the first time you've held something this dark or ichorous before.
Okay.
Absolutely. 2d6 plus your sensitivity, please.
Come on. Okay, yay. Your dice. Okay, that's a 5 and a 4. 9, 10, 11.
Did you mail stacked dice to this group to
Honestly,
use
hold on.
No,
for the last session, Angeli?
I just picked them out with love. They were in a giant like treasure.
I'm gonna roll mine right now, and if they're 5s or 6s.
This one was a 4.
No, mine are a 1 and a 3, so good job.
Yeah, thank you. Balance.
I got a 1 and a 5.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
afraid to roll them again to verify because I don't want to break the luck.
Yeah, that's valid.
Let's do it.
Well, an 11. Yes. You touch this. It's still warm.
Not good.
Not good. It's similar to molasses. And the weight of what dribbled down your hand when you were holding the heart of JJ Robin, a heart that is still in your freezer right now. Yeah, absolutely. And there is, alongside this warmth, a thrumming connection to whatever was done here. You start to hear a song you've heard a lot, Marina, warbling in. The radio flickers on as if only for you, and what should be playing but "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." And you find yourself not on the floor of your beloved's home, but sitting in the grass someplace else. You've seen this grass before somewhere. You've been here before, but it's pulsating in rhythm to the song, and it desperately wants you to rest as it claws with fetid magic. This grass, this clearing, it's the top of Bonfire Cliff. Almost like it's asking you to come home. And it all fades. That entire feeling is a clue.
Ooh, okay. I'm trying to think. How does what's it called? What are they called? The like get blunked and give a hoot. Like, how does making one of those work?
Yeah, get blunked. You need to look into the eyes of another being.
I mean, like
using the occult move?
Yeah.
We would do a night move with sensitivity.
Okay.
And if you succeed, we create a move based off of what you kind of did on that roll.
Okay.
If you don't succeed, you take a Crown of the Void.
Okay.
So let me give you the full breakdown of what that looks like here. Are you interested in doing the occult move right now?
I am. I'm thinking of like doing a little like with the piece of goo, like maybe like slashing it on her forehead or something to try to gain like something.
Yeah. So
like a mind's eye kind of thing.
I'm going to read the opening paragraph to this. This move should be used very infrequently, which is fine. We've only ever used it once. And in fact, it's quite dangerous to use it all. A 9 or lower puts you one step closer to retirement. So if it's not a full success, you mark a Crown of the Void.
Ooh.
In that, of course, you need strong fictional positioning or justification to attempt something of an occult nature, which I think you have.
Okay.
And what you and I would do is in the break between this session and the next, we would write that move.
Okay.
So that it would only be available for your presumably final session of the game. But if you want to get something more here, I'll definitely let you try.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. I want to use all the things.
I use all the things. I will note that the occult move is something you cannot use the Gold Crown Mystery auto success on. That'd be too much power.
Too much.
Too
Sid,
much. So
come on, who would think of that?
You guys would think of that. Of course.
I didn't explicitly try to do that.
Marina.
Yes.
When you engage in an activity that relates to the supernatural or the occult for the first time,
Mhm.
imagine what your actions would look like as a move. Say what triggers the move and roll with sensitivity. On a hit, it works. We'll write a new move that all of the mavens can use for the rest of the game in your roll stance. On a 7 to 9, you succeed, but you also mark a Crown of the Void. On a miss, it's not something the mavens can ever do, and you also must mark a Crown of the Void.
Okay.
All right. What are you trying to do here?
I think that there have been multiple occasions where she's touched something like this, or not necessarily the goo, but something else that transports her. Um, and she wants to see if there's a way for her to be like in control, or like see something that that can give her some kind of edge. Maybe see through the eyes of somebody who put this here, or who knows something more. Um, but she's just wanting to see further, and I think in that, like, something connects in her, like, maybe putting it, like, on her forehead of to, like, open, like, a mind's eye kind of thing.
Sure. You put this ichorous, dark, molasses, foul smelling substance on your forehead. It sinks into your pores. It is still just as warm as when you touched it, just as thrumming and sick. And you attempt to see further.
Mhm.
Since your last roll was meddling, we're going to treat this as the night move with sensitivity.
Okay.
We already know what could happen if it goes wrong. You're going to have to mark a Crown on the Void.
Mhm.
But fictionally, what could go wrong that sort of represents that here as you interface with the unknown?
I think somebody could gain vantage into, like, what they're doing. And oh, I know, Artemis. I know. It's scary. Um, yeah, I think someone can gain some kind of insight into what they're doing, and maybe get like a leg up on our gang, or maybe
It's
it's
worse than that.
a place. Yeah.
What?
Or maybe she's taken to like a bad place and not completely not in control.
You took the words out of my mouth. Completely not in control. I think that they will get a literal leg up your legs as you control over your body
Oh,
is momentarily lost, and someone sees further through you and does further.
oh. That's so good. And so bad.
You're doing a very risky thing, Marina.
Yup.
Let's roll this night move with sensitivity.
Come on, guys. Okay. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, let me. Yeah, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8.
Good news. You're going to be successful.
Okay.
Bad news. Mark a Crown of the Void.
Yeah.
Which Crown of the Void are you marking?
Oh, I get to pick?
No, I'm just asking because I don't have the sheet up.
The pallid mask.
Makes sense. Hereafter, during any intimate conversation with another character, you must make a casual reference to death, dying, the afterlife, the end of all things, no matter the subject at hand.
Gotcha.
It's alright. Taya's already doing that. You guys can have a ball.
Yeah.
The goo on your forehead drips down into your eyebrows, luckily stopped before moving any further. You are going to see beyond. Imagine you're sitting inside of this circle here on the floor. And you specifically, you're looking to get a leg up to like know more about maybe whoever laid this here. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna reward that. You are gonna catch a little glimpse of the past of a midwife in here in Taya's home putting this down. You hear some chanting, you hear someone tapping their shoe, you see someone pouring this out of a vial as dark as night onto the floor. And they stand up. They brush off their forehead where sweat had been collating here. You see the lumbering form of Mike Taylor put the cap back on the bottle. Across the room, someone with their back short hair, gotta be Taya. A Taya, at least. Are you done? Because I really want you out of my house now. Mike Taylor nods. He takes his little bottle and goes. Taya looks around her house. Little have to do. Suit. They go back into the closet, come out wearing the suit, take a picture, pull out your picture frame, cut out Ryan, singe his entire picture, and blow the ashes of it out the window. Mechanically, what I'm giving you here is advantage on your next meddling move as a result of the knowledge you gain in your vision. So if it has to do with Anti-Taya, Mike Taylor, your picture frame, or circles,
Oh, okay.
you'll take advantage. And you and I will write up what this move truly is in between sessions. I'll send you some instructions.
Ooh, okay.
So keep that in mind. You've got advantage on your next meddling roll if you can work in why it's relating to one of the things you saw as you come back to. And we are going to cut over to Taya. Taya, you beelined to your closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's open.
Okay. Rifling through to see if my suit is there.
No, it's not. When was the last time you wore this suit?
Ooh.
Did you wear it to a funeral recently?
Yeah. Probably for Isaac's funeral.
Yeah. Probably so. After all, Roderick and Damien aren't even in the ground yet, and nor are they from here, so their funerals wouldn't be here. It's not here. It's gone.
Is there anything I can look at, like the ground or...
You can meddle for sure. Give me the meddling move with reason to see maybe if something was traded for it or left behind in the rummaging.
Okay. These ones seem like good dice. Okay. What would I roll it with? Sorry.
Reason?
Reason? Okay. Okay. 10.
Hey, a 10 will work. Yes. ahead and roll me. Let's see. Go ahead, roll me a d6 actually.
3.
Rummaging through, and you step into your closet and you hear that like thin sound of plastic underneath your boot. You haven't stepped hard enough because it's carpet in here for it to break. Pull your boot back. There's a 3.5-inch floppy disk here.
Oh.
Do you have anything that can read a floppy disk these days?
Yeah, I think Taya, she tinkers, so she would tinker with a lot of older mechanics, and she's very attached to like an old dinosaur computer.
Sure. Yeah, because why get a new one if you can just keep plugging and chugging parts into Windows Vista XP 98 or whatever you've got running?
It's the best one.
It's yes. You go over to your computer. You still have a desktop like monitor, the computer tower that has a floppy disk entrance for sure.
Yeah.
Pop that guy in. Wait forever for it to boot up. Log in. Open up the disk. There's some grainy photos on here, Taya. Double click the first one. Though every adult's face is obscured, every child's face is very clear. The first one shows a tall, lanky man of indeterminate age, his hand on the shoulder of a pre-13th birthday party caroling Greenleaf. The next shows a slightly younger than middle-aged woman. There's two other adults far in the background. They're almost just figures, shadows of figures at this point. A hand on the shoulder of a young girl with braces. It's the 80s, you can tell by the shoulder pads. In the next photo, you see an older woman standing next to a much older, you've seen like two 12-year-old girls, and then this person is like clearly some sort of young adult, maybe like 18, 19. It's hard to tell at that age. Young man. But you recognize the young man. You've met him before. It's Spots.
Oof. Okay.
In the next photo, you see that same lanky man from the first one, his face obscured, and a young, dirty boy with a mop of hair in a baseball uniform. And in the final one, you see that same man with a youngest of them all, maybe 8 or 9, blonde-haired girl with an Easter dress, white. They're both wearing white. This is the only one of the children who isn't looking down at their feet or around. The two of them in this photo are looking square at one another. The man and the child. Every adult's face is still obscured. But you recognize, of course, in that first photo, young Carolyn. You recognize Spots. It's pretty clear who George is. And then you've got the girl with braces and from the 80s, and you've got the young Easter Sunday blonde-headed child.
Interesting. Okay. I think I'm gonna take out my phone, try to take a picture of these just in case.
Yeah, roll me the night move with reason.
Great.
What
cool.
could go wrong here as you try to save these onto another device?
Ooh. All I can think of is like being like trapped in it, like in the photo.
Swapping spaces?
Yeah, swapping spaces or getting trapped in the computer somehow.
How could it be worse? Let me open this up to the group. How can we make this one worse, friends? What's worse than that? Don't be shy.
I was thinking a little bit, I guess not opposite, but like the images looking at her and like becoming animated in some way, in a hostile way.
Scary.
Yeah. For sure.
All I can think of is what if they all became Taya?
Creepy, creepy, creepy.
Yeah. Preliminary rolls.
Yeah. I think we're all dancing around this idea of some sort of technology, Black Mirror-esque reality swap bit. Let's see what the roll tells us.
Ooh.
And I move with reason.
Okay. Please.
Oh, what is it?
I can't do this. Literally every session.
What happened?
I rolled 2 1s again.
Oh.
Sydney.
Taya. How does it feel to become nothing but programming?
No.
Just ones and zeros in a binary code.
Whoa. Oh gosh, I just feel like it's like an emptiness that she's like felt a long time ago, and it's like just endless emptiness, I guess.
Stripped away, nothing but a program, pixels on a screen. Taya, your file is uploaded into the computer, and then the mouse drags it right over to the trash can. Are you putting on a crown?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Better hurry or you'll be deleted.
I will put on a crown.
I don't think Marina Salves could fix that.
No, absolutely not.
What crown are you putting on?
I'll put on the crown of the queen, one of them. Let me know what I need to narrate.
Oh yes, Maynard is still in play.
Throw up.
Let's find out together. Narrate a flashback to when in drunken ecstasy and euphoria you tore your late partner to shreds.
Okay, so I think Taya would end up it's just a scene of Taya at Grace's grave, and I think bottles littered all around her, the world sort of spinning in her own head, and she has her like butterfly knife out, and I think she's just rambling off about like you wanted me to commit, and I can't do that to you. I can't do that to me. I feel suffocated, and like as she's like saying all of these things, she's like slashing into the Grace's gravestone, just like really digging deep into the stone.
Brought your Dremel tool.
Yeah, brought my
Carve away at this.
And like just words of like, you I left and I didn't want to come back, and I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, just like carving it deep into it, and probably that sort of forming into like, I hate myself so much. And I think it'll like cut to like the image of the gravestone, and it's just like deep gouges into the stone.
It doesn't need necessarily to cut. I think we watch this in parallel. Your false memory and the current other Taya experiencing this in real time. As it almost looks like a dance, this drunken ecstasy of hatred, internal and external, as the gravestone is destroyed. The camera in your house pans to wherever your Dremel tool would be, gone. Taya, you put on this crown to move from a failure up one. This mixed success situation. Good news. You get some of these pictures on your phone. Bad news. You have a very old computer and you've done a lot to keep it going. And I think it catches on fire. Or maybe has a little bit of an explosion. You've put it through too much today.
Yep.
The attempt it made to bring you inside of it that you have now thwarted has put too much on your processing power. How does this computer harm you right now?
Oh. Gosh. All that's coming to my head is like electrocution or like actually a small explosion, and then it'll like cut me in some way.
Yeah, go ahead and take a be shell shocked sort of condition, or shocked, or static,
Ooh.
deleted, whatever you think works best. As your consequence for your mixed success here, you do have the photos on your phone. Took a lot of your phone battery to do it. You don't have a new phone either, but your computer is toast. It is fried, and it's smoking a little bit.
Great. Cool. I like try to smack it to see if it'll come back.
I think you just because you've got an old monitor. I think you cracked the screen.
Okay. Yeah, feeling that sort of like residual memory from like anti-Tea, like slashing at the stone so fast or so hard. And she's gonna back away slowly and then head back to Marina and Violet.
Yeah, let's catch up with our good pal Violet here. Violet, we're rolling back the clock to before computer explosion and Marina, like creepy seance moment. While you're trying to straddle the line in Taya's house between the two, what's on your mind? What are you doing?
Yeah, she's concerned about what the other two are doing, but then it tells herself that it's fine. You know what? And I think her hand like pats one of the many pockets in her cargo pants and a little note crinkles. And she remembers that she has Nikki Naff's number. And what better way to distract herself while her friends are totally fine and safe by
Super
calling
fine.
super fine by calling Nikki Naff.
Wonderful. You type the number in. It almost seems like it's going to voicemail before you get, oh, Nikki Naff.
Hey,
Hello.
Nikki, this is Violet Faulkner.
Who?
We met at the Bigfoot helicopter
No
thing.
return is your all sales final policy.
No, I don't have a return. Francine gave me your number.
Oh.
It's okay. It's nothing bad. What was that? Do you not like Francine?
Why are you calling?
Um,
And what do you want?
I was hoping that maybe someone with your special skills could be useful in a current quandary.
That was frustratingly vague.
I was trying to not make it awkward.
You called me up out of the blue. You've already made it a little awkward.
Okay. There's people in our town doing bad things, and we're looking for someone and don't have a lot of leads, and you just seem like somebody who maybe has some abilities to find people, and I think we have some things that they've touched.
You open, I'll sniff them out.
Yeah. I can make so many baked goods. And like obviously would love to buy some more of your incredible art. Marina talks about
I find them all myself, right?
I did not know that, but you seem very resourceful, so I'm not shocked.
So you call me up out of the blue. You dangle leverage, hold.
An offer?
It doesn't feel like an offer. It feels like you want me to do something that you know I might be good at because of things I'm good at. And if I don't do it, what's going to happen? You're not the first to predicate an offer that's really a threat.
Oh, it's not a threat. It's more of a pretty please cuz people have died sort of situation.
People die all the
Wait,
time,
does
just
this
like
sound like
animals.
does this sound like I'm threatening you? I didn't even think that was an option, honestly.
Listen, you've got me at a bad time. Why do you want me to come on? Never mind. I know why. You've said it. You want me to take time out of my busy schedule, traveling to fairs and selling my wares.
Be
You know,
compensated?
my travels, my route, my pilgrimage to sniff out and find a missing person. That's what law enforcement is for. Plenty of dogs in your town, I imagine.
This isn't okay. I'm gonna level with you. I don't exactly know what's going on.
That's clear.
Yeah, but this isn't like a well, I mean, I don't know what normal murders are, but like this isn't like a normal thing. There's somebody that looks exactly like my friend running around apparently pretending to be her. And like we're not talking just a good makeup job. We're talking exactly like her.
You know, identical twins exist.
She doesn't have a twin though.
That you know of. Apparently, you guys can't find people, so.
Yeah, which is why I'm calling you. Because you're really good and can find people, and we'll buy a bunch of your art to make up for you having to miss fairs. It
Roll me the night move with presence to convince Nikki Naff to come to your aid.
okay.
What could go wrong here if you don't persuade her? She is quite different now on the phone with this not knowledge dangling between you.
I mean, maybe it's the full moon and she comes anyway, and bad things happen.
She's really good at finding things that are dead. Right?
Yeah.
That might mean she's also good at helping them get that way. The good news is you're using her phone number, which means if you want the mechanical advantage, you can mark that off of your cozy little place and roll with 3d6.
I think I'm gonna do that. That feels
Okay,
like a good idea.
3d6.
Okay. Um,
Plus 36, keep your top two plus presence.
okay. Who wants to be the third die? Okay, you do. Cool. Just gotta see who's feeling spicy today to join the other two. Okay. 11.
Listen, I've got good news. I was already meeting up with some of my pack. And I think we're roving through your area. So if you are serious about funding and purchasing my catalog, well,
Yeah.
that would free up some time for me to, get my nose to the ground and see what I can dig up for you.
Yeah, that would be great.
All right, we'll be there tomorrow.
Okay. That's awesome. You have my number, so call me. We've got a couple spare bedrooms and a parrot that will say weird things to you sometimes if you need a place to stay, or like if it's in town, so maybe that's. I thank you.
We've got a place to stay, though. You're very kind. And remember, all sales final. And she hangs up on you.
Is this when Taya is coming down?
Yes. So mechanically, you've brought in Nikki Knapp. She'll be there tomorrow with more members of her pack. And if you use them to meddle, you'll have advantage on that.
Cool.
But yes, this is kind of right when Taya's coming out of her room.
Yeah, I think Violet turns around and starts like, "Oh my god, I just talked to Nikki Naff, and I think they're gonna come." And oh my god, you won't. Are you okay?
I think Taya like runs into Violet as she's like
Oh,
running. Like,
oh, hey, are you okay?
well, I found this like floppy disk and there's pictures on them and I tried to take a
What?
picture with my phone and then it was just bad and I felt myself almost going into the computer and I don't
What?
know.
Let me
Look.
see.
And then Taya just like pulls out her phone. Wait, but where's Marina? And shoves
Oh,
her phone into Violet's chest
oh,
and then
just
runs
downstairs.
to get Marina.
Yeah, Violet follows after.
Violet, are you looking at those photos as you follow?
I think if Violet, I don't know why I was thinking Violet was like up the stairs. I think she'd wait till she got to the bottom of the stairs, but yeah, I think she's going to.
Yeah, you cycle through
Yeah.
Carolyn, Spots, George, some Easter kid. Phoenix.
What? What? Taya, where did you get these? Taya,
I don't. And the floppy disk is gone. It's inside the computer.
where did the floppy disk come from? You've had this the whole time?
No, it was in my closet.
How did it get in your closet?
I don't know. Anti-Tan is
Violet.
here.
You need to make me a night move with composure right now, as you are face to face with your child's face. Face to face to face. What
Valid.
frightens you the most right now? Seeing this grainy photo of Phoenix, even in the same clothes as the photo you have on your own computer, next to this unrecognizable person.
I think as she looks at this, she's worried that the floppy disk being destroyed might be the only other clue like that exists. This might be the only other picture because she doesn't know that's the only evidence she's ever found and she's looked. And if it's gone, then maybe she never finds out.
No.
It's worse than that. It's worse than never knowing, never finding out for sure. It's knowing that you, for a brief moment, held what you could consider to be the last known photo of your own child and it led you nowhere. And instead, you have only been given more grief and pain. It's already a wound that won't ever fully heal, but now it might not even start. And you'll carry "she looks like me" as a condition for the rest of your days.
Oh no.
2d6 plus your composure.
All right.
Ooh.
That's a 5.
Ooh.
I almost, because it would be so sad to have this photo get deleted somehow.
I mean, like, yeah, it would be sad, but you can do it.
Sometimes when reality is incongruent with what we have thought up to this point, it can be really hard to accept never getting closure. It's almost easier to not have known, right, Violet?
Yeah.
And in your shock, the button to zoom in and the button to delete are so close to one another. And you just aren't, your mind's 1,000 places. You go to zoom in to see the eyes that aren't yours. Whoop. Gone. And this rattles you. I would have you take the condition "she looked like me."
Ow.
You can put on a crown if you would like to either avoid taking the condition or avoid deleting the photo.
Oh, she's gonna avoid deleting the photo.
Sure, which crown are you putting on?
I think we've come this far together. I don't think it's fair to let the other two mavens be creepy alone. So I think we're gonna go with the Crown of the Void with the pallid mask.
Yeah. The pallid mask, just like the adult in the photo is sort of masked from identification. You don't know what happened after this photo was taken. You know there's some sort of body of water nearby. You can see it in a little corner. You know the two people who presumably would have adopted her could be those figures in the back, but you're not sure. It's so grainy. It's dated and old. Hereafter, during any intimate conversations with another character, you must make a casual reference to death, dying, the afterlife, the end of all things. I would also add for you, in particular, grief, no matter the subject at hand. As we rewind the clock here, you're avoiding deleting the photo. How do you catch yourself just in time?
I think we'll go back to the stare issue. I think her finger is going for that button to zoom in and accidentally going towards that. And I think she trips on the last step and manages to like okay, for funsies, I think she accidentally swipes to like a video of Taya's or something, and like I don't know if like or like a music file, and all of a sudden like loud music, she trips, you hear the stumble, and then there's incredibly loud music just like blaring from Taya's phone.
Yeah, what was the last song Taya listened to on her phone?
Oh no. I don't know. Wait, let me.
Why was my first thought Cotton Eye Joe? Like,
Because I said it earlier.
yeah, that's true.
Because they were like, you don't know, where did those steps come from? Where did they go?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's fitting.
And Taya's been, the banjo riff comes in immediately. Our camera swings from you and the banjo riff over to Marina coming out of this experience, goop all over your face, and Taya running in. Chaos in the De La Rosa house, all around.
Taya, why do you smell like smoke? What's Violet doing listening to Cotton Eye Joe? And
It wasn't Cotton Eye Joe a second ago. It was Phoenix.
But what's all over your forehead? What?
oh,
Yeah.
the gunk. Auntie Taya was here. She was here, and so was Mike Taylor, and they were. It was weird, but I think Auntie Taya's like fully convinced that she's you, because she was saying like that this is her house, and
Ugh.
she just seemed so normal in this vision. Before she seemed like really creepy,
Ugh.
otherworldly, but in here she just seemed normal.
Okay, yeah, we have to get her. Taya's gonna just like open her jacket and like take out like a handkerchief to like wipe off the guck off of Marina's forehead.
You gotta put in some work. It's like molasses, so it's like moving
like,
your
really.
skin.
Like a dad trying to put on sunscreen on a baby.
Yeah.
Violet, you've gotten Cotton Eye Joe to shut off. But the photos remain.
I found these weird photos on my computer, and that's why I kind of smell kind of crazy, because my computer exploded. It's too old. I knew I should have gotten a new one, but you know, I just can't let go of Windows Vista. It's just too good.
It's too good. But what kind of photos?
Look, Violet has my phone.
Look. And she shows, I finally figured out how to work the zoom right and not delete things. And she's like zoomed in on like Phoenix's face. Look.
And I think just looking at Violet's face and then the face, the little baby face, just clicks.
What if she's gone? What if I never find out what happened to her?
Phoenix is a part of this somehow.
Yeah,
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, I don't think
all those kids went missing and nobody ever found them. What if she was one of them?
Some of them are back in these photos. Obviously, George hasn't returned, but Carolyn and Spots are still among you, at least. Hopefully, they're them and not something else.
Yeah, we can still get answers.
Yeah, like
if she's with George seems okay. He's lost, but okay. And Carolyn, if she's out here, we'll find her.
Yeah.
God, what if she's like Carolyn? But like George, you said he still sounds like a little boy, right?
Yeah.
He never grew up. What if she never got the chance to grow up? And it's all my fault.
Okay, but when you've seen her like older, right? Just kind of like I'm imagining like Violet's crying, and as like her
yeah,
she's like wiping him away. Just like,
but why now? Like I looked for her. Like these pictures existed. Why couldn't I have found them like 20, 30 years ago? Why now?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure this was dropped from Anti-Taya. She's got to have something to do with this.
We have to go. And if we can't find her, Nicky Naff can.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Like, the end is coming, but it's
not okay.
Not here yet. We'll
you
find
don't know that, Taya.
Well, I'll do anything to find her, okay?
Where are we gonna go?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe we could go to Grace's grave because
Is that where you would go?
I think a version of me that is angry and bitter would go there.
What would the version of you who just invited Marina to go on a date with you, where would she go?
Probably Grace's grave. Just to, you know, I don't know.
Okay, let's go.
You all leave Taya de la Rosa's house. Lock it up, though it doesn't mean much right now. And head out. We head to the graveyard. Out of character, Megan, is there any sort of memorial stone for Phoenix here?
Ooh.
I don't know if you ever would have had some sort of reason, or like maybe you guys planted a tree or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something that Violet would have done. Okay.
Right.
Ooh. So yes, definitely. I love that idea. I'm trying to think.
Could we put the tree near George's memorial stone?
Ooh, yes. I think they donated. They did it in kind of a little bit of a sneaky way. They donated money like to like the cemetery, specifically for a tree to be planted. And hold on, I need to crowdfund a question from a tree person real quick.
Ooh.
Sure. We head to the graveyard, as we've been here many times before. Isaac's burial, Mark's burial in the very first mystery, and more. We pan across a memorial stone. We see Wyman Dalrymple leaving his fortnightly ritual of making promises he's desperate to keep, as he walks an opposite path towards his vehicle so as not to cross paths with anyone else here. Violet, I've been here obviously before, and you guys are heading towards Grace's grave, but there's a stop between George's stone and Grace's grave that you are quite familiar with.
Yeah. There is a very tall pine tree that they specifically selected because they were looking for trees that had really deep roots. And I think the only thing next to the tree, Violet couldn't bring herself to put in memory of anything because that meant that she didn't have any hope anymore. If this was a memorial, there was no hope of ever finding her. So I think all that they asked be put with the tree, there is a small plaque at the base with an inscription of a phoenix. And over the years, they've come and placed, anytime they see like a phoenix toy that is not a stuffy because that would be bad in rain, but anything like that, and they're in varied stages of like fading around this plaque.
Sure. It's within meters of Grace's stone. So we're going to encompass this entire area here when I ask you the question, in what ways has this place been affected by the midwives of the fragrant void?
Ooh.
one very known one, from Tea's perspective at least.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gouge marks in Grace's stone.
Mhm. Ooh. I think that there are very like uniform flowers, maybe white roses or something, but just like identical, either on all the graves or on like George's, now like on Phoenix's memorial tree plaque. Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, you're muted.
Would you say the only departure from this is all of the cut off buds from your lawn on Grace's grave?
Yes.
Let it be so. That's my contribution to tag on. Megan, Angeli, in what ways has this place been affected by the midwives of the fragrant void?
I'm thinking maybe either scattered on different gravestones or on like the very specific ones that we've mentioned. There's like in a red sort of liquid, maybe like blood or dark ichor is like symbols, like card symbols on like little ones on each of the graves.
Oh yeah, matching the card symbols on the actual cards that some of you carry of previous victims.
Mhm. Rough.
Okay. I want to hurt my own feelings.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna sort of combine two things. I think every single Phoenix toy, of which there are many, have been lined up perfectly in front of the memorial plaque. And I think something, maybe a Dremel, was used to cut a hole where the heart would be in every single one, and there's black ichor dripping out.
Oh.
Wow. All right, you can have my chair. I'll get up and go now.
It's only because I've been learning from you for over a year.
Break my heart, why don't ya?
You all arrive to this desecrated portion of the cemetery as the sun is just setting behind the hill, leaving the coldness of early spring to rush in and greet you at your ankles and wrists and anything not fully covered. You notice these things in tandem: the flowers, the headstone, the missing hearts. And one by one, as we pass the camera across each of your faces, a secondary recognition. You're not alone. As the sun continues to set in this one long moment, out from the tree line, a cloaked figure with a pallid white, smooth mask steps out, willingly becoming visible in front of all of you after months of watching you from behind the trees. What do each of you do?
I think Marina gets closer to like kind of huddle in with the rest of them.
Yeah, I think
Sure.
Maria's, like first instinct was to run at this person, but knowing what happened last time, I think she's gonna just take Marina's hand and try to like keep herself grounded.
You gotta stay.
Mm.
Violet, what do you do? This isn't the first time you've been approached by someone like this.
Yeah. I think she's gonna take a couple steps forward from Marina and Taya and kind of just is it you?
They reach into their cloak and they pull out something that sunlight doesn't reach. And you all hear the sound of a sturdy click.
Oh.
And light shoots out. A flashlight. The bulb is blue, and it illuminates not only you all, but odd vapor trails surrounding this grave and surrounding the toys at the base of the tree and all of the flowers. I heard you guys might need help finding someone.
Yeah. We do.
They turn the flashlight around so that the handle of it is facing you all and the light of it is illuminating them. They should take their mask off. She looks like you.
Okay.
And seeing the shock on all your faces, Phoenix says, I'm sorry I couldn't do it sooner, but things are really bad. And from before you can react, because we're going to come back to it on our next episode, that is where we're ending this episode, this session of As It Is Below.
Is below with you.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for playing. We'll be back soon with the next potentially final episode of Dead as a Dodo here with our actual play. Have a lovely evening.
Bye.